Great morning, everyone. I hope you guys are excited. Today is Friday and it is the 19th. Okay, I didn't want to make a mistake like I did last week and I messed up on my dates. But anyways, I hope you guys are ready. It's Friday Fire Talks with your host, Miguel. And again, if you guys like these videos, man, you're more than welcome to leave a comment. If any of these videos have helped you out in any way, do that. If you guys want to share it with someone, you guys can share it. That would highly be appreciated. If you post it, that would be awesome. Thank you guys that have been doing that. And today I want to talk to you guys about something that, I've always talked about, right? And the reason why I've always talked about with people that either join our business or that go into business for themselves, in any area, it doesn't matter, whether it's our business or any other business, right? That I see that a lot of people do that I wish they didn't do for a reason, right? And some people do it, right? But I'm going to tell you why, because I lived it, right? I did it when I first, had left my job and made that transition, right? To go from an employee to a self-employed entrepreneur, right? Where your income is 100% based on you and what you do every single day. And a lot of people have side hustles, right? Like I did for 3.5 years. I was an employee, right? I was working for a company and then I was doing our business for 3.5 years. I did it part-time. Okay. And I was very successful on a part-time basis. And that's what kind of led me to go into full-time. And I never went back and I never got a job after that. And thank God that we've been blessed, but a lot of it had to do because of the early work that we put in and how we handle that, right? And so the title of this video is called Lean and Mean. Okay. And what I mean by that is when you guys first go full time or you're looking into go full time in your business, okay, you have to understand that your spending habits, right? You cannot be spending money like you used to before. Listen, if you have a job and that job's providing $3,000-4,000 a month, right? And let's say you have rent or a mortgage or a car payment and you have some extra money that you can afford to do things, right, on a weekly or on a monthly basis, right, because of your job. When you first go full time, into your business, into your career, into your even in our business, okay, your income may not be there yet 100%, right? And so you need to make sure that you stay lean, right? That you stay lean while you get it, right? You can't be careless with your money where you're spending money like you used to before. And I see that so many times with so many people, right? And then what happens is your business takes a little bit to get going, and then you end up suffering financially, right? You end up putting yourself in a position where you may be going to a lot of credit card debt, and that's going to hurt you down the road, right? Or you go in a position where you just have to go back and get a job, and that sucks, right? It really does suck because you told everyone, hey, I'm never coming back, I'm quitting my job, I'm going for my dreams, I'm going for my side hustle, right? And I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you gotta stay lean. You got to make sure that you don't spend that much money. Don't waste money. And I see that so many times with so many people, right? They think they got it, right? They've been doing a side hustle or part-time in our business for just a tiny bit. They've had a little bit of success, and all of a sudden they said, man, I'm going to go out at full time, I'm going to quit my job, and I'm going to make it happen. And then they go full time, and then they, number one, they waste so much time, right? Number one, they wake up late, they go to sleep late, they don't manage their schedule very well. And then when it comes down to their food, man, I see on social media and you post it, right? I see people like, I don't know, $30-40 lunches, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you spend that much money on a lunch? You guys, when we went full time, when I went full time first, my wife kept her job, right, for about another year and a half or so after I went full time, just to make sure, right, that everything was going to go good. I had to go to work. I had to make big things happen. And guess what? My lunches were like $1.50 hot dog and a soda for a whole year. For a whole year, straight up year, I ate $1.50 hot dog and a soda at Costco or Sam's Club, depending on where I was. Now you may be thinking, man, that's unhealthy, and it is, very unhealthy. But you know what? Even though I couldn't afford, right, to do a $30, $40 lunch, or maybe a $10 lunch, or maybe a $5 long, $5 foot long sandwich at Subway, I still went for like the $1.50. I just needed something in my body to keep me going, and I needed to keep my expenses very low because I knew that I had to stay lean. My focus was just building our business. My focus was just finding people. My focus was just, working. I wasn't worried about clearly my body. I wasn't worried about working out. I wasn't worried about how it's going to look on the pictures, right? And I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. But again, you got to stay lean and mean. Even when your plans are to go full time, you got to still do that. You got to start, stacking some money away. And then what I mean by mean is you got to just be aggressive. You got to cut down your expenses, right? You got to stay lean on that. Don't get into buying another car. Don't get into buying a whole nother house. And you got to be mean on hitting your goals. Okay. So I'm going to share something with you guys. And this is, first time that I'm actually sharing some pictures on these videos. Okay. And I want to see for you guys to see. Okay. So you see that right here. This was me, July of 03. Okay. And I didn't go full time until May of 05. And I'm going to show you guys that here in just a second. Okay. And man, I don't know, I think my size waist was like 38 or 40, somewhere around there. And I'm a 32 now. Okay. Now you could be saying, well, Miguel, you should have worked out, man. You should have put it on your schedule. And you're right. I agree with you. You're absolutely right. But you know what? I had a full-time job, my wife, the 2 kids, right? And I was doing our business on a part-time basis. And this was me. And even though, I was still part-time, look, we were number one in that month. Okay. In July of 03, I was only a year into our business, right? I was only a year in, and we were the number one personal producer out of a whole entire office. And that includes a ton of people that were there full time before I was, right? We were still out working them. We were still doing something that they weren't doing. That month, we were number one, you guys. And they took that picture of me in front of our coach's plaque, right? And so as you can see, I'm trying to show you, right, that we were aggressively pursuing it. And when it came down to making that transition to go from our job to our business, right? We didn't skip a beat. We just kept going because we were already doing it with the little time that we had when I had a job. Okay. So this is the letter that I got May 25th. Pay attention to that date. Okay. May 25th, 2005. Okay. As you can see, that's my old address. I don't care if you guys go there, right? But anyways, as you can see, I got this letter from my employer. That's the parent company, right? From the company that I was working for at that time that worked for Home Depot. So it says, look, dear Miguel, your job, whether with or without accommodation, according to this letter, is to serve as a written confirmation, right? This is when you had to go home and check your emails. You didn't get emails on your phone, okay? According to this letter, is to serve you as a written confirmation that your employment, my job, has been terminated effective today, May 25th, 2005. So the company went to a bunch of restructures, right? And they say, well, we don't need you anymore, right? So at that time, I was already doing my side business part-time and I was pretty successful at it. I'll show you guys, right? You will be expected to return any enforcer sales merchandise, which I kept, okay? Human resources department will be handling the blah, 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 blah. So anyways, that was that day. I printed out this letter. I kept it, as you guys can see. I still have it, right? And the very next page I opened up was the leaders bulletin in our state, right? From our company. So as you guys can see right here, this is Nevada leaders year to date, May 25th, 2005. This was the exact same, okay? The exact same date. The exact same day that they sent me this letter, right? I printed this out. And as of that point, number one division leaders in our company in the state of Nevada, right? It was my wife and I for bonusable premium. That's production, right? How many clients you've helped, right? You guys can see. And we were the number ones recruiters, right? So we were number one and we were ready. You know what? When I looked at this, I said, you know what? We're ready. We can go for it, right? We don't have to depend on nobody, right? I'm glad. That's probably the best email I've ever gotten in my life, the one that they let me go for my job, because now I can go at it full time and I don't have to worry about it, right? Number one in production, number one in recruiting, I was ready. Never once we looked back. And the next picture I'm going to show you guys is proof that when we went full time, man, look, this is what I looked. Okay. A lot of you guys don't know that. A lot of you guys haven't seen that because there was no social media back then. But even if there was, this is what I was going to be posting. And some of you guys, here comes the Friday Fire Talk, are so worried about what you look like on the Instagram and on the World Wide Web and all these social media. Some of you guys are so worried about you and what other people think about you and how you look and how you dress, right? Who gives a crap about that, right? Look, I bet you about that shirt at Ross for like $11.99. I mean, I look like the purple Teletubby, you guys, but you know what? I didn't care. I didn't care because I was focused. I had to do something. I was eating $1.50 hot dog and a soda at Costco for a whole entire year. The very next year was free food. I'll talk about that some other day, but I ate free food from Pickup Stick for a whole entire year, right? But my whole talk today is you got to stay lean and you got to stay mean. And you can't worry about what people think about you. And you can't worry about what you look like right now because that's not who you're going to end up. Look, thank God I'm not like that anymore, right? Thank God that now we're on a schedule where we wake up, we work out, or whether it's in the morning or at night, and I have time for it all now, right? I have time for it all. Where before maybe I didn't have time to work out, I have time for it all now. But we did that early on. So for those of you guys that are so worried, okay, that are so worried about what people think about you, what you look like on the internet, okay, what people are gonna, see you drive. Crap, I didn't buy my first Mercedes until like a year and a half after that. Some of you guys are buying cars where you're not freaking making any money yet, and you guys are having your expenses up here, and then all of a sudden now you either got to get a side hustle on top of your side hustle, or you got to get, I don't know, a freaking sugar daddy to help you out. I don't know if this is too tough. Maybe I might be stepping on some toes, but you know what? Stay lean and stay mean, right? Stay lean and stay mean, right? Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about what people are going to say about you. Don't worry about whether you drive that piece of crap car. I sort of got one time, and I'll end up with this story. I remember I was driving 1995 Nissan Altima. It was like a piece of crap, right? And I remember I parked in front of the office. I mean, the bumper was being held by screws, right? And I remember my coach asked me, hey, he walked inside. There was a group of us. He goes, whose car is that outside? And I said, oh, that's me, right? And he goes, do me a favor, park it around the corner, right? You know what? I didn't take it personal. I was just like, yeah, you know what? It gives a bad impression, right? If somebody comes in with doing financial services and I'm driving that piece of crap, as for the moment, I ended up getting another one, right? But you know what? We were lean and mean. It cost me $2,000 to drive that car, right? I had no car payment. $2,000 I paid for that car. And you know what? I did it. I went and took the car and I parked it right around the corner. I was lean and we were mean. We were worried about building. We were worried about finding people. I wasn't worried about what people were going to say about my car. I wasn't worried about what people were going to say about my clothes. I wasn't worried about what people were going to say about my weight. Clearly, I wasn't worried about that, right? You guys stay lean and stay mean. For those of you guys that are still doing your side hustle on a part-time basis, save your money. And when you go full-time, save your money, right? And then you know what? Stay low on your budget, right? And then go for it. Go for whatever it is. Whatever business you're in, just go for it. But stay lean and stay mean. So I hope that helped. Wish you guys a great Friday. Man, if this helped you, share it. I hope it does. I wanted to do it, right? But anyways, have a great day, you guys. I love you. Take care. Anything you need, please let us know. And have a great day. I love you. Stay lean, stay mean. See ya.